Hello dear viewers and welcome to BBC World, the voice of Pan-Africanism, bringing you the latest news highlights of the hour. I am Tabitha John. Do stay with us, commencing with the top stories. State Minister of Foreign Affairs says Ethiopia's accession to BRICS enhances trade, investment and strong economic integration. And Angolan ambassador expresses keenness to cement bilateral ties with Ethiopia. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed and the President of the UAE, Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, have visited Ethiopia's Green Legacy Pavilion at COP28. Prime Minister Abiy has expressed gratitude to President Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan for visiting the pavilion. The Premier said that Ethiopia, using the pavilion, will be showcasing its strong commitment to address climate through concrete solutions. Meanwhile, at the opening session of the conference today in UAE, President of COP28, Dr. Sultan Al Jaber, called on industries to engage, innovative, modernize and invest in clean technology, adding on the need to encourage countries to establish net zero emission target to mitigate climate change crisis. Over 60,000 people attended the 10-day conference, including delegates from member states of the UNFCCC, industry leaders, youth activists, representatives of indigenous communities, journalists and other stakeholders. Ethiopia's House of People's Representatives approved the treaty for establishment of African Medicines Agency, AMA, on its 7th regular session held today. AMA will be established as a specialized agency of the African Union AU dedicated to improving access to quality, safe and efficacious medical products in Africa. The AMA treaty was adopted by the AU Assembly on 11th February 2019, and a minimum of 15 member states are needed to ratify the AMA treaty in their national parliaments for AMA to come into force. The House of People's Representatives at its regular session held today deliberated on a draft report, resolution and agreement that provided for the establishment of the African Medicines Agency. Upon presenting the draft resolution for the approval of the establishment of the agency, Chairperson of Health, Social Development, Cultural and Sports Affairs Standing Committee of the House of People's Representatives, Warqasau Mammo, said the establishment of the agency is a decisive step for the promotion of health services in Africa. Accordingly, the House has unanimously approved the draft bill and resolution that provided for the establishment of African Medicine Agency. In his first official trip outside of the capital, United States Ambassador to Ethiopia, Erwin Masinga, visited Samara, Afar, to discuss with regional leaders and elders on the partnership between the United States and the people in the Afar region across Ethiopia. Ambassador Masinga was welcomed by Afar Regional President Haji Awal Arba and other regional officials. During their meeting, they discussed opportunities to strengthen United States engagements in Afar and efforts to advance peace. Ambassador Masinga stressed the need for close collaboration to ensure that the recently restarted food assistance for refugees and the broader population reached those most in need. The visit provided an opportunity for the ambassador to assess the United States' ongoing projects in Afar and strengthen the embassy's long-standing partnership with local institutions. In 2022 alone, USAID Ethiopia invested more than $1.8 billion across the country in humanitarian and aid development. The ambassador also plans to visit Tigray and Amhara in the near future. Welcome back. You're watching ABC World. Ethiopia's admission to BRICS is a manifestation for Ethiopia's increased acceptance at the global political economy. This remark came at a consultative workshop organized by the Ethiopian Institute of Foreign Affairs in cooperation with the Ethiopian Authority for Civil Society Organizations and Advocacy Center for Democracy and Development, ACDD, on Ethiopia's admission to BRICS, which was held in Addis Ababa. The workshop tabled the views and on Ethiopia's admission to the BRICS bloc. Johannes Fentahun has the following report.
Accession to BRICS is often influenced by geopolitical considerations, regional influence, shared vision of global governance and economic cooperation. A consultative workshop with CSOs on Ethiopia's admission to BRICS was held in Addis Ababa. On his welcoming remark, the Deputy Director General of the Ethiopian Authority for Civil Society Organizations, Fasikao Molla, said Ethiopia's admission to BRICS is a manifestation for Ethiopia's increased acceptance on the global political economy. Lauding the role of CSOs playing for Ethiopia's overall development, the State Minister for the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Misganu Arega, urged civil society organizations to work in collaboration with the Minister of Foreign Affairs in line with the national interest of Ethiopia.
Ethiopia's interest to be member of the BRICS bloc is to ensure its holistic prosperity through investment, trade, cooperation, and to make its voice being heard in the international arena by cooperating with similar cause countries.
As BRICS is not a treaty-based bloc, Ethiopia's interest is to uplift its trade, investment, diplomacy and other economic agendas in the international arena, the State Minister said. Lulseged Taddese, Kibber diplomat and Minister of Foreign Affairs, Director General for International Organizations, for his part said Ethiopia's interest is diplomatic diversification.
Why are we joining? Because Ethiopia also continues to pursue inclusive and sustainable development. We need partners from all over the world, from all corners. We need our traditional partners. I want to underscore this point. We will continue to work with our traditional partners from the north. But at the same time, we will continue to take advantage of emerging partnerships like BRIC that would provide us an opportunity to expand trade, investment. Informal institutions like BRICS would also provide us an opportunity to access alternative financial resources, which is absolutely critical for our development.
The forum has also discussed the way forward by establishing an inter-CSO and Institute of Foreign Affairs working group.
The Republic of Angolan Embassy in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, has celebrated the 48th Angolan National Independence Day with multiple assortments in the capital, Addis Ababa. Speaking on the occasion, Angolan Ambassador to Ethiopia, Miguel Cesar Domingos Bembe, stated that his country is determined to further cement bilateral ties between Ethiopia and Angola. Tigos Tarnesa has attended the event.
Every 11th of November, Angolans colorfully mark the National Independence Day from Portuguese colonial rule. On that day, every Angolan will celebrate it with parades, official ceremony and other festivities. Republic of Angolan Embassy in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia has celebrated their National Independence Day with multiple assortments. The official ceremony has involved Ethiopian government officials, diplomatic corps, multiple attaches of multiple nations residing in the capital, Addis. Speaking on the occasion, Angolan Ambassador to Ethiopia, Miguel Cesar Domingos Bembe, reminded that Angola, with the support of Southern African region, has submitted its candidacy as a member of Peace and Security Council of the AU. The ambassador went on saying that his country is willing to work to obtain peace collectively.
Angola reiterates, therefore, its willingness to collaborate and work to obtain peaceful and collective solution to the multidimensional concerns of our continental organization and to imprint a dynamic that lives up to the aspiration of the continent.
He further added that his country is determined to cement bilateral ties between Ethiopia and Angola.
We reiterate our determination and commitment to strengthen and expand, contributing to the development process of both countries.
Director General for African Affairs of the Ethiopian Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Fisaha Shaul, for his part, stressed that Ethiopia desires to continue further consolidating collaborations on key mutual.
Ethiopia was supportive of Angola's anti-colonial struggle, which helped the people of Angola to finally achieve their well-deserved freedom, so that we have so much to share with Angola. Ethiopia attaches great importance to its relationship with the Republic of Angola and desires to continue further consolidating collaboration, especially on key mutual, bilateral, regional and global matters. Most importantly, as Africans, we have also learned that cooperation and collaboration is vital for our collective survival.
More than 4 decades ago, Angolan ancestors fought with courage and determination to win their freedom. And on November 1975, through the voice of the first president of the Republic, the late Dr. Antonio Agostinho Neto, that Angola officially became independent.
And finally, the European Union announces its commitment to encourage European investment to engage in Ethiopia. The European Chamber in Ethiopia has introduced policy brief on the ways of optimizing customs and foreign currency crunch. Goshumel has more.
The European Union stands firm in its commitment to sustain investment in Ethiopia. European Union Ambassador to Ethiopia Roland Kobia said the Union remains committed to encouraging European businesses to invest in Ethiopia, reinforcing its support for the country's development.
I would like to reassure of EU's continued, reiterated, enhanced willingness to continue the work, to continue supporting. But I think now, after 2.5 years discussing about these challenges, we need to move to another step. We need to act. So despite all odds, our companies are still here resiliently. We are still here to help, and there's an interest to continue partnering with Ethiopia. But we need to see reforms and progress also on the other side.
The European Chamber has introduced policy brief to improve unsystematic custom fee, foreign currency crunch, security issues and access to land. However, Ethiopian Custom Commission has rejected the policy brief and recommendations suggested by the Chamber.
The points mentioned in the study are implemented by our customs. It has nothing special. We are also addressing complaints by customers. The study is unsubstantiated, untimely, and lacks credibility.
Policy recommendation ተብሎ የቀረቡትን እኛ እየተገበርን ያለ ነው ነው
Board chairman of the Chamber of the Union argued that the policy brief is substantiated by credible information and timely.
Findings from the online study were then verified with those stakeholders, which were people from the Customs Commission, as well as business leaders, local and foreign, and people from the academia. So it is not just a round of complaint gathering. It was really an in-depth study, which is actually a lengthy process, because what we saw today is just a 10-pager, but there is over 120 pages of interviews and research preceding this study.
The panel discussion has been held in the areas of sustaining business in Ethiopia and alleviating the persistent foreign currency crunch. The participants underlined the security issue should be given due attention by the government.
That's all we had for now. I'm Tabitha John. Thank you for watching. Have a good time and do take care.